Of Africa for your vacation. Come, it's paradise. Don't worry about the money, go. Low is the price.
Welcome to Inside Ethiopia channel. Thanks in advance for sharing, liking and subscribing our channel. His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Abiy is a leader who has put his words into action, which can make one to say the Premier is a man of his words. One of the many good deeds that have been transformed into action by His Excellency Mr. Prime Minister is such an example of unity, which is calling on the political asylums to come back to the country for peaceful coexistence, and for them to make peaceful struggle as per their choices. Prior to the Premier's administration, those oppressor juntas from the former ruling party did label these political asylums as terrorists, where even capital punishments were what was expecting most of them if they dared to get back to the country. But thanks to this magnificent leader of ours, he managed to set them free of any false accusations so they can get back to the country freely.
ኦነግ ኦብነግ በዚሁ አጋጣሚ ጊዜ ያለፈበት ፋሽን ነው። ውጊያ አቁማችሁ ነው፣ አይጠቅምም። ዶክተር ብርሃኑ ነጋ እኔን ገለው ወይም ማስገድለው ስልጣን መያዝ፣ እኔ እሳቸውን ገድዬ ያስገድዬ ስልጣን ላይ መቆየት፣ ሁለቱም ጊዜ ያለፈበት አሮጌ ፋሽን ነው። ለኢትዮጵያ ምንም አያስፈልግም ጥይት ማባከን፣ ጠቃሚ ሐሳብ አይደለም። ለኛ ይቅርታ ያደረገው ህዝብ ለነሱም ጭምር ይቅርታ የማድረግና የመደመር ፍላጎት አለው። የህዝቡን ሪስፖንስ ሁላችሁም ታውቁታላችሁ።
The system created by the former leaders of the country, Tigray People's Liberation Front (TPLF) junta, was designed to facilitate theft, abuse and extortion, and then intimidated all those who opposed it. Even those who did not support their greedy, devilish thoughts back then were labeled as terrorists, and they were prosecuted under the anti-terrorism law, and many were arrested, tortured and killed based on their disagreement against the oppressor. Below are the reactions whereafter a room was able to be created by the Premier for opposition political parties.
ያውኑ ታሪካው ሁኔታ ሪሊ በኢትዮጵያ ታሪክ በኔ ብዙዎችም እንደሚሉት ልዩ ነው፣ ወደር የሌለው የሚያስብል ነው።
ለዚህ ጅምር ተሳታፊ ለመሆን በመቻሌ ለዚህ ጅምር ተሳታፊ እንድሆን እድሉን ለሰጣችሁኝ፣ እድሉን ላመጣችሁልኝ፣ ለመላው ኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብም ላመጣችሁ ሰዎች፣ ታጋዮች ከልቤ ላመሰግናችሁ እፈልጋለሁ። አሁን አዲስ ስርዓት ለመገንባት የመጀመሪያ እርምጃ እየሄድን ነው ያለው።
But Prime Minister has thwarted all these TPLF schemes and turned them into history within a short period of time indeed. Thanks to the Prime Minister's civilized thoughts, once labeled as terrorists and ostracized by the TPLF just because they are racially and ethnically discriminated against by the TPLF. But now we're given a chance by our beloved Premier that if they want to oppose, they can do it from their homeland freely. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy is certainly a wise leader, and most of us do not understand his idea of putting the base of the base for the nation ahead of himself. But if we would have understood him better, which could have helped us in sort of ways.
ካሪ ፓርቲ በአንዳንድ ጉዳዮች ላይ ልዩነት ይኖር ይችላል። ያ ልዩነት ከህዝብና ከሀገር በታች ስለሆነ በሀገርና በህዝብ ጥላ ስር ሆነን በነዛ በተለየንባቸው ጉዳዮች በመወያየት የጋራ ሐሳብ መያዝ እንችላለን የሚል ሐሳብ ነው ያለው። እንግዲህ ሲሆን አንዱ ሌላውን አጥፊ፣ አሸባሪ፣ አገር በታኝ የሚል ተቀጽላና ስም ከሰጠ ውይይት ፍሬያማ አይሆንም። ያለ ሰው በሙሉ ጠቃሚ ነው። ምንም ይሁን ምን ሐሳቡ ይደመጣል። ከተደመጠ በኋላ አብዛኛው ገዢው ሐሳብ ስራ ላይ ይውላል ብለን ካላሰብን በስተቀር ከዚህ ውስጥ እነ የኬሌኮ አላማቸው ጥፋት ነው፣ ሊወያዩ ሳይሆን ሊያውኩን ነው የመጡት ብለን መጀመሪያ የምናስብ ከሆነ ውይይታችን ፍሬያማ አይሆንም። ሁል ጊዜ የተቃዋሚና የገዢ ፓርቲ አይነት ሳቤ ሳይሆን በሐሳብ የምንሰባሰብ መሆን መቻል ይኖርብናል።
The bottom line is, even if we forget that the Prime Minister, who was able to set free those who were once sentenced to death by the TPLF, let alone the opposition political leaders being invited to a state dinner in the palace. But this incredible leader of ours, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy, did invite opposition political leaders to the palace for a state dinner for further discussions, which shows his willingness to truly try to practice democracy in the best way possible.
ባልተለመደ ሁኔታ ውይይት ሳይሆን እዚህ ቤት ገብታችሁ ሀገር መምራት የምታስቡ ሰዎች አልፎ አልፎ ወጪ ካልበዛብን ራት እየበላን እንድንወያይ ስላሰብን ሌላ ጊዜ ስብሰባው ይቀጥላል። በተለያዩ ፓርቲዎች ጥላ ስር ተደራጅተን ብንንቀሳቀስም ከሁሉም በፊት ሰዎች ነን። ከሰውነት ቀጥሎም ኢትዮጵያውያን ነን። የጋራ እሴትና ጉዳዮቻችን ከሚለያዩን ይበዛሉ፣ ከሚያራርቁን ይገዝፋሉ። ከፓርቲ አጥር የሚያሻግር የሰውነትና ኢትዮጵያዊነት ድልድይ ያስፈልገናል። ይህ ሐሳቤን ያስረግጥልኝ ዘንድ የታዋቂውን የነጻነት አርበኛ የኔልሰን ማንዴላን አባባል ልዋስ እወዳለሁ። ሰዎች ጥላቻ የሚሰማቸው መጥላትን ተምረውት ነው። እናም ሰዎች መጥላትን እንደተማሩት ሁሉ ማፍቀርንም መማር ይችላሉ። ፍቅር በተፈጥሮ ከጥላቻ ይልቅ ለሰው ልጅ የቀረበ ነው የሚለው ግሩም ሐሳብ በሁላችንም ልብ ላይ መታተም ያለበት ድንቅ ስንቅ ነው።
Finally, to support this incredible Prime Minister's marvelous thoughts can truly mean to support yourself in Ethiopia in general. I'm done for today. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like our channel.
Pretty girls, some boys, every day you can meet the colors of their